topic.
Women are still navigating.
Today's topic.
Women are still navigating the effects of the male-dominated workplaces a year and a half after the rise of the Me Too movement. Now, that's according to a new study by leanin.org. That's an organization dedicated to helping women achieve their goals. It found, and these numbers are very troubling, 60% of male managers say they are uncomfortable interacting with women at work, and that's up 32% from 2018. Workplace interactions that men are nervous about include mentoring, socializing, and having one-on-one meetings with women. No, I read the numbers and my mouth fell open. I'm thinking, what message does it send?
Well, we're in a bad place. So 60% of male managers in the U.S., 60% are afraid to have a one-on-one meeting with a woman.
My only surprise in all this is it's not 100%.
I'm surprised that they're surprised.
Men, senior men right now, are 9 times more likely to hesitate to travel with a woman and 6 times more likely to hesitate to have a work dinner. And the problem is that even before this, women, and especially women of color, do not get the same amount of mentoring as men, which means we're not getting an equal seat at the table. And, you know, it's not enough to not harass us. You need to not ignore us either.
Even if we take false accusations aside, even the perception, even if I come to you for dinner and everything's fine, someone observing may think there's something inappropriate, that can halt my career. So even the hint of something inappropriate happening is devastating to somebody's career. I think she's being very dishonest, and I just think it's interesting that women demand empathy and they demand understanding when they're not believed for their accusations, but women cannot fathom and cannot be empathetic towards men who fear losing their career and their livelihoods at the hint of impropriety. That just blows my mind, just that you expect empathy, but you cannot understand why men would be afraid. Right? Ladies, you like going to parks, you like seeing kids, you like going coochie coochie. As a man, I can't.
Bro, I thought that was my fire alarm going off. I was about to take off.
Do that. No. Because the way society views me is predatorial. That's a fact. If a strange kid runs up to me, he's like, hi, I'd be like, hey, nigga, you not gonna catch me on some Chris Hansen to catch a predator shit. I'm running. That's scary to me. And I'm not even being facetious. I'm being dead ass serious.
A woman that works at a kindergarten, that's cute. A man that works at a kindergarten, that's weird.
And you know, the way people view a boss having a dinner with his female co-worker who's below him, they view it as predatorial in that same sense. And it's unfair, but that's the world we live in. And unfortunately, that means there's consequences for you. So we want to find a middle ground. We want to find how to find solutions. But until you understand us, we're never going to find it.
The reason why this troubles me so much is that if men are doing the right thing and they're behaving appropriately, they don't have to worry about any of this.
They still do have to worry. She don't know what she's talking about. She don't know what she's talking about. Well, I think her name Gail Kim. No, she don't know what she's talking about.
They don't have to worry about being accused.
No,
that's not true.
No.
It doesn't matter what we do right or wrong. Yeah. You could be right, but what matters is really the perception of the person.
Forget perception.
But we're
not even talk perception. There are crazy fucking people out there. There are people who will accuse you for nothing. There are women out there who will beat themselves.
I just watched the video.
And say another man did it to them.
Yeah,
there are women who will go to a mailman and say, you are sexually harassing me because he delivered mail to their door.
Happened.
Here's this, right? All I did was go into the office. This guy walked into the office when I was there, and now here he is parked out here, right? Stop stalking me, right? Don't ever stalk me again.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
About what?
Don't ever stalk me again.
Who's stalking you about
you? Laugh some more. Do it.
What is wrong with? I can't believe this is real, bro. We feel this on a serious note, bro. Like humanity is done with, bro. The world just needs to end. We all need to die. We all need to die. It's ridiculous.
You're crazy.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Say to the camera that you're not stalking me.
I am not stalking you. I don't even know who you are.
Is that right?
Whether you did something or not, it's still your fault. See, if you get
he's the mailman, bro. Oh. I'm trying to laugh it off, but I really can't pretend to laugh, bro. It's sad.
Accused of something and it's not your fault. Well, people are gonna say, "What? You put yourself in a position that led to that. You are responsible, even though you didn't do nothing, and she lied or the person lied. You're still responsible of you putting yourself in that position. Where there's smoke,
There's fire.
Garbage ass fucking saying. I can't stand that saying. I can't stand it. Because
Or
that's
where
not
there's
true.
smoke, there's a vape.
Crazy.
What?
Where there's smoke, there's a vape. Listen, where there's smoke, there's a woman telling the truth. And there's fire that the man who fucking frictioned the penis, guilty. I'd like for you to treat me like the male co-workers you have. Just because I'm a woman, I do not want to be treated differently. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this posture? Why are your legs open? Change your posture.
This has nothing to
Oh my God, are you trying to look sexy right now?
No, I'm not. No,
Don't
I'm
put
not.
your knees
I'm
over
not.
your... Don't dance. Black people, when they dance, it's sexy.
No, that's not true.
Are you staring at me right now? Do you not know about HR's 5-second rule? If you stare at me for 5 seconds, you know what that means. 1, 2, 3, 5, Harvey Weinstein.
I ain't pausing no more, but bro, this real like 5 seconds. They be making up their own rules and expect people just to randomly know their rules and to follow their rules. And if they don't follow the rules that they just make up in their head, it's ridiculous. Like the gender wars, it's crazy.
Harvey Weinstein. I can't wait for HR to Thanos you. Let me see your Spotify. I bet you have R. Kelly on it, don't you? Answer me! That's what I thought, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, you fired. Yeah, you fired, nigga. Another thing to consider is that workplaces are a hotbed for relationships and intimacy and flirting. Okay, 1/3 of all relationships start in the workplace, so people are engaging in inappropriate behavior all the time. And for men who want to avoid engaging in that realm, sometimes the most sensible way to do that is to avoid one-on-one contact that can be misinterpreted as flirting or as that. Because we all know what happens in the workplace. Gossip.
It's like it's a prerequisite to be in a workplace. The job description, basically, you're going to have to gossip a lot. Never mind your own goddamn business. Whenever I ask you to do a job, you need to be on Twitter and you need to be on your phone.
I remember one time I went to the bathroom and I came back. And as I came back, a female coworker came back at the same time. And people was like, can't get enough of you,
baby. And you took a piss.
No,
like,
I took a big ass dookie, nigga. So while they think I was putting it in her, I was actually taking it out
of yourself.
They thought I was sticking it in her brown. I was actually cleaning up my brown. You know what I'm saying? I tell dudes all the time. You know that over 50% of men in the workplace don't know how to compliment a woman. Why? Because the bounds for what a proper compliment shifts from person to person. If I feel comfort with this person, I'm more leeway to this compliment. If I find this person attractive, I may find this compliment more acceptable. I may be someone who hates all compliments. So it's very difficult to know.
Hey.
They just gonna be riffy.
Aw, you're so sweet. Hi. You look beautiful today.
Hey, listen, we're in the workplace. I'm not complimenting shit.
Fuck the workplace, nigga. In the world, if I don't know you, I ain't saying fucking shit.
If I don't know you, I don't know you. Even if you tell me a compliment. Oh, this is a nice jacket. Thank you.
So other than men not meeting with male colleagues if they're worried about meeting with, because everybody knows about gossip. There's gossip in our industry. Surely men are not crazy to think, gee, if I have a one-on-one lunch or have this mentoring meeting, the gossip gets out of control. Suddenly I'm having to explain something when nothing was done wrong. What other steps then should men do if they have these concerns about what can happen in a workplace where, again, they have no control over when tongues start wagging?
Well, look, I'm with Gail. You have to be able to have a one-on-one.
No.
See, so she didn't hear what he said. She didn't reply to what he said. She said, here he was saying, this is what I'm afraid of. And she went, well, what about me?
What
about me?
I'm with her.
One conversation. And those conversations can happen in rooms with the doors open. In a public restaurant, having a lunch or dinner, I don't really think you can get falsely accused of.
Yes, you can.
It doesn't matter what
I'm going to throw this fucking laptop.
It's yours.
Mark Pearson was making his way back home during a busy commute when he passed a complete stranger. In that split second, his life changed forever after she falsely accused him of sexual assault.
Well, on Friday, Mark was found not guilty, and he joins us now alongside Erin Pitsey, who has been his avid campaigner.
I mean, I had the option not to say anything. My solicitor, the duty solicitor, said you could either say no comment or you could be fully cooperative, which is what I did. Because any normal person would assume that common sense would prevail. They would look at the CCTV footage which they had, compare that with what the woman was saying, and conclude that it was preposterous. It was just nonsense what she was saying.
Well, she said and claimed that you sexually assaulted her penetratively for 2 or 3 seconds, and this was followed, she insisted, by a violent blow to her left shoulder. And since this has all come to light, and we've all seen the CCTV footage, it is impossible for that to have happened.
It totally contradicts what she's saying.
So it's 4 months after that that you were then phoned by your solicitor.
In a public place, bro.
And he said, you're going to be charged.
Yeah.
And then this is going to go to court.
That was the worst day of my life.
So do you understand that she was accused? It was literally impossible that he could have touched her. It's on camera. And he was still charged because in this society, in this believe her society, even if you do no wrong, you can still be seen as guilty. People can say, well, false accusations don't happen often. That's a misreported stat. It's hard to prove a false accusation is actually a false accusation. A false accusation is indicative of someone who's intentionally trying to lie. And to prove that someone is actually trying to lie is very difficult. And so most of the time, you can't report these. That's why the stats are very misleading on them. And also, I don't think people realize just how traumatic a false accusation can be. Ooh. When you are unjustly accused of something, it makes you angry to a point that is almost uncontrollable.
Yeah, but Abba, if you didn't do nothing, you're gonna be calm and you're gonna be chill.
No, man. I'm telling you, man, even 8 years after I was accused of something that never happened, I was never in the same room as a person, even after this person admitted to having lied, I remember being angry because I lost, 3-4 months of my life under this cloud of like, yo, maybe this person's evil. That's what people were saying about me. And when it came out that it wasn't true, I was angry after the fact. I was angry that there was no due process. I was angry that I wasn't shown any benefit of the doubt. I was angry at the person for wanting to derail my life for whatever personal reasons that she had. And so that never leaves. And even today, when people bring that kind of stuff up to me, those feelings still well up. Because if you know your character and you know yourself to be a good person, then it's hard to know that that's being questioned for no other reason than someone said otherwise. And it makes it feel like everything is fickle. Like these people who I thought I could count on, turned out I couldn't count on them at all. And that's a hard thing to live with. So I would just tell people to be cautious and to understand that sometimes people have lived through that trauma and don't want to really live it, or people have seen their friends go through it and they're like, fuck, I don't want that to me, so I'm going to avoid this contact. And that's a real fear that exists. So the same way I can understand that women are justly afraid when they walk down the street and it's late at night, I understand that fear when a dude's walking behind you. I'm empathetic to that you guys, even if they didn't do nothing, you're still afraid. That same way, when I'm alone with a woman, I understand how that can be misinterpreted, and now I'm afraid. Even if it's not the most logical solution, it is still a real fear that I have. So I would just tell you, just think about that. Now look, ladies, I'm empathetic to what you guys are going through. I'm empathetic to the fact that, it's unfair that you guys aren't good.
Okay, so this is basically over. So just read the comments now. I'm just read the comments. Dang, should I read all this? This video kind of long, bro. 22 years ago, I came home from work. So I read this out loud. 22 years ago, I came home from work. My neighbor's girlfriend had gotten drunk in the afternoon and came into my house when she locked herself out of his. When I came home, I went into the bathroom to take a picture. She passed out in my bathroom. I called him and told him there's an old lady was drinking in my bathroom. The day he should probably come home, he asked me to check and make sure she was alive. I went to check her pulse. He sprang got out of the shower and started screaming at me. What are you doing here? You know my mom is. Hey, Rudy, help. I told him to calm down and leave you in my bathroom. I just came home from work. Is everything? Let me get some clothes on. I already called Rudy. He on his way. So then you get this. He tells him some story about how I tried to rape. What? He's telling me he's going to murder me. I have the cops come out because he's broken one of my windows, and they've had to explain to him that I haven't been home all day. Like she playing, looking, when I came home and talked to him at the mailbox, well, The neighbor also saw her come home about 20 minutes earlier with some guy she didn't want to get caught. Ruby, believing her, told people everywhere that I tried to rape this girl from this true. I never did anything. So she kept spreading the rumor at work, a bar, and it got her fired from her work job. I took her to court to get a judgment against her, which she never paid. I have been addicted legally. I still have people tell me they heard it that I tried to rape a woman. 22 fucking years later, it still hurt around time. The woman can never admit straight through some bar's heart. 20 years, 22 years after you come in and trash your body for the first person to use this test for something. To be a father, dang, that's fucked up, bro. That's why I can't. Dang, bro. Come on.